Most people over 60 quietly assume they'll live about as long as their parents did. They believe longevity is written somewhere in their DNA, already decided, fixed. But what if that belief is misleading? What if your body is constantly updating the answer and you're missing the signals? The unsettling mystery, this: many people don't run out of time suddenly. They are warned, repeatedly, in ways that feel ordinary enough to ignore. Here's the first clue. Large U.S. aging studies show that longevity is less about a single disease and more about patterns that develop across decades. The question isn't how long will I live? The real question is, what is my body already telling me right now? And the answer is rarely obvious at first. To understand those warnings, we have to follow a strict cause and effect timeline that starts far earlier than most people expect. The origins of longevity signals often begin in early adulthood. In your 20s and 30s, the body absorbs damage quietly. Stress hormones like cortisol remain elevated longer. Inflammation spikes and resolves, but not perfectly. Sleep debt accumulates. According to long-term American cohort studies, including the Framingham Heart Study, early cardiovascular and metabolic changes begin decades before symptoms appear. The cause is modern lifestyle pressure combined with biological resilience. The effect is silent wear that feels harmless at the time. Then changes start quietly in the 40s. This is where the first warning sign begins forming. Loss of metabolic flexibility. Blood sugar rises and falls more sharply. Muscle mass declines slowly. Recovery after illness or stress takes longer. U.S. health surveys show that by age 45, many adults already experience reduced insulin sensitivity, even if they've never been diagnosed with diabetes. The body adapts by working harder. That adaptation is not neutral, it's a countdown. At the same time, a second warning sign appears: chronic low-grade inflammation. Researchers studying aging, including Dr. Claudia Franceschi, coined the term inflammation to describe this process. The cause is cumulative immune activation. The effect is accelerated aging across every organ system. You don't feel inflamed. You feel a little more tired than before. That's the danger. The shift after 65 is where most people stop connecting the dots. This is when the body's margin for error shrinks. Balance worsens. Blood pressure regulation slows. Cognitive processing speed declines subtly. According to the National Institute on Aging, small stressors that once had no impact now produce outsized effects. This brings us to the third warning sign: slowed recovery. If it takes weeks to bounce back from a minor illness, injury, or emotional shock, longevity risk is already rising. Here's where suspense builds. These signs don't mean death is near, but they do predict how resilient the body is. And resilience, not age, is the strongest predictor of remaining years. The fourth warning sign often becomes visible in behavior rather than symptoms: social withdrawal and reduced engagement. American health data shows that loneliness and isolation after 65 significantly increase mortality risk comparable to smoking in some studies. The cause is neurological and hormonal change. The effect is accelerated decline in immune function, cognition, and mood. This isn't about personality, it's biology responding to reduced stimulation. The breaking point comes when these warning signs converge. A person with low muscle mass, chronic inflammation, slow recovery, and social isolation experiences a stressor of fall, infection, or loss. The body doesn't collapse instantly, it fails to rebound. That's when longevity suddenly shortens. What looks like rapid aging is actually delayed consequence. The fallout affects everything. Health deteriorates faster. Medical costs rise sharply. Independence becomes fragile. Medicare data shows that adults with multiple functional declines are far more likely to require emergency care or assisted living within a few years. The cause is ignored warning signals. The effect is compressed decline. Many seniors try failed fixes because of outdated advice. They focus only on weight or cholesterol. They assume walking alone is enough. They rest more instead of rebuilding strength, but modern aging science has shifted. Researchers like Dr. Linda Fried emphasize compression of morbidity, keeping the body functional as long as possible, not just extending lifespan on paper. Link this to today. Across millions of older adults in the United States, the same patterns repeat. Longevity and guessed, it signaled. The body speaks in changes long before it shouts in crises. So, what can you do right now? Here are 3 direct actions people over 60 can apply today. First, prioritize strength and balance over simple activity. Muscle mass is one of the strongest predictors of longevity in older adults. Second, protect recovery. Sleep, hydration, and protein intake directly influence how fast your body rebounds from stress. Third, actively maintain social and cognitive engagement, even when motivation drops. The brain and immune system age faster in isolation. Here is the clear warning based on evidence. Ignoring slow recovery, chronic fatigue, and social withdrawal after 65 significantly shortens both lifespan and health span. And here's the open thought to sit with you. If longevity is shaped by resilience, not fate, which of your daily habits is quietly adding years or taking them away? If this message made you pause, please like and share it with someone who needs to hear it. And subscribe now, because in the next video, we lines reveal one common healthy habit that may actually be shortening life after 70 and almost no one is talking about it.